Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my veins. Got you distracted, subconscious overloaded. Careful, don't pull the cord on me. No time to stay around. Keep walking till you get out of my face. Regrets, restricted access. I'm used to flying to get up, yeah. Reboot is charging. I'm gonna waste my time with someone slowing me down, 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 down. So high, I'm floating, I'm shining in my prime. Start rolling over, 'cause you can't take my crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. My crown. I'll always be 10 feet off the ground. Can't take my crown.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, we are going to be redoing our dining room, and we are on a little bit of a budget. I really have been wanting to change this room up. I wanted to make it feel moody, yet classic and elegant with a touch of modern. It has been designed this way for the last 5 years, and it has just keep getting worse and worse with toys, and there is a lot of things that I want to change up. When working on a project, one thing I like to do is research a lot about it, and one of the things I heard was to start with what's called the envelope of the room, meaning when you make changes to the ceiling, the wall, and the floor, it can totally and completely change up the look of the room. So when starting this project, that is exactly what I had in mind. Some of the things that I am going to change up in this room is first lowering the light. We are also going to do a feature wall, which is a real kind of inexpensive way to totally create a new focal point. We are also going to be replacing the curtains. Right now they are actually too low, and we are also replacing the rug. The rug that's already in this space is going to our master bedroom. When searching new home decor, one thing I'm always drawn to is rugs and lights. They are huge feature points in a room and can drastically change the space. When deciding on a new rug for the space, I wanted something a little bit more modern, but could also go in with a classic feel. I ended up finding the perfect rug at Boutique Rugs, and I reached out to them and they agreed to sponsor this video. I will talk a little bit more about them later in this video, but I am super excited to show you the rug that we got. So after we cleared out everything in the dining room, we are getting started on this feature wall. I wasn't sure at first what I wanted to do with this wall, but I found an inspiration pic on Pinterest from Rogue Engineer and tried to recreate it. I didn't necessarily want to go with a full geometric wall. I wanted to also keep it classic, but then incorporate a modern feel. So they call this the double raised panel wall feature, and it incorporates some paneling as well as some molding, and it gives it the exact look that I was wanting. We started off by using 1x6 pre-primed pine wood for the outside border of the wall. The horizontal boards across are 1x4. We used liquid nail to glue the boards to the wall so that we would use less nail holes, and the gun got stuck and my husband got this liquid nail all over our floors. I did have to scrape it a little bit, but luckily I got it cleaned up fast enough to where it didn't cause any damage. Along with the boards, we used 2 different types of trim pieces. One went directly on the inside of the 1x4 and 1x6 boards, and one is going to create a smaller rectangle shape inside those larger rectangles. This will give the wall more depth and dimension. I would say the hardest part of creating this whole wall was just getting all of the measurements and cuts exact. There were a couple instances where the cuts were off just by a little, and we actually had to go back to the store and get some more trim. Next, I'm using this plastic wood putty to fill in all of the holes from the nails. Using that liquid nail glue to first glue the panels on the wall helped from creating so many nail holes. But the nails that we did have to use is what I'm going over with. Next, I'm using a 1x6 board to draw out where the smaller rectangle is going to go. Now the smaller trim pieces can be placed where I drew out that smaller rectangle. We are going to continue to do this into each of those 6 rectangles. As my husband keeps making the cuts and filling in those smaller rectangles, I'm going through and sanding all of where I placed the wood putty.
I'll be right behind you like a drum in the sky. You look so beautiful today, and now the game is changing. Just like
One thing I wanted to point out is that we are not professional DIYers. I will literally just find something on the internet or find a Pinterest picture and get inspired and tell my husband, hey, we're gonna do this. And then he looks at me like I'm crazy, and then we get started. But afterward, we're both pretty proud of ourselves, even if it's not perfect. And we did it on a budget, and that's how I get him to agree to a new project. Next, we are using this fast dry caulk to fill in all of the edging of the board and help seal in all of the gaps. Our feature rug from Boutique Rugs is here, and I am super excited. It shipped really fast, like we got this in 3 to 4 days. The importance of having a rug in a space is that it actually defines that space. So it separates the common area from a walkway or a high traffic area. A common mistake that people make with choosing the right rug is usually they choose the wrong size. Good starting point to determine what to measure is at least 4 to 6 inches off the end of your furniture. Next, when determining the type of rug, especially the one I wanted for this space, I wanted something that was high performing, that looked luxurious, felt soft, and was budget friendly. The 2 main types of rug materials are either synthetic or natural. Your synthetic rugs, maybe like a polyester or a nylon, are man-made, and they're a little bit better for performing areas, and they won't break the bank. I went with this polypropylene material, which is synthetic, but it looks like natural, like a wool, and is super soft like that, but it is better with stain resistance. It is so soft and looks luxurious. Natural rugs are also super beautiful, but they're going to cost a little bit more, and those are materials like wool, silk, or cotton. The reason why I chose and absolutely love Boutique Rugs is because they have such a variety of options, from rugs to beautiful lighting, which I'm also a fan of, and all sorts of other home accents. They also have so many different types of rugs to choose from, including all of your synthetics and natural. They provided everything that I wanted and needed at such a budget-friendly price. And this is a true story. After my husband walked on this rug for the first time, he had no idea where it was from or anything about it. And he was like, this is the softest rug I've ever stepped on. This is probably a really expensive rug. And to be totally honest, this is probably one of the least expensive rugs that we own for the absolute best quality. This particular rug is called the Yamasi Area Rug, and this is a size 8x10. And guys, when I say this is a soft rug, that is an understatement. I could not get my daughter off of this rug. I loved this rug in particular for the space because it has just the right amount of gray tones and also has a classic yet modern feel to it, which you can go either way. The exciting part is that Boutique Rugs has given me a discount code for all of you guys to use, so you can use code O'Malley60 for 60% off of any item. This rug is usually $670 for the 8x10, but with my discount code of 60% off, guys, it comes down to $268, and that is a steal for this size rug with this quality. I'll leave the link down below for you guys to check out. See more of the rug later in the video and how it ties into the final project.
somewhere we won't be scared.
You will see me flying high.
Next, I have a ton of different paint samples, and I am trying to decide if I want to go with a lighter feel or with a darker, moodier feel. I have a lot of different paint samples from just doing other projects in the past, but I also picked up a couple more just to get an idea. I wanted the dark gray colors in the rug to tie into the wall color, so I'm kind of just getting a feel to see how that will work and which color I should go with. Next, I've picked the top 3 colors that I'm debating against, so I'm actually going to cover a larger portion of the wall and let it sit for at least a day to get an idea of what color I like the best. The best thing about waiting to paint the entire wall is that you can let it dry, but not only that is that you can see it in different colors of light. So this wall is right against the window, and it actually will look a little bit different depending on where the sun hits each day. So you actually want to make sure that you love that color in all different light tones. In the morning, in the afternoon, when you have direct sunlight, and at night when it's completely dark. We have finally decided on a color, and I went with the Sherwin-Williams Iron Ore. In this space, I wanted a drastic change. Our whole house is light and bright and open, and in this space, I just wanted it to be dark and moody and luxurious. So this color is actually a really dark charcoal gray. Because of the lighting, it looks black, but it's actually more of a gray, and it really brings out the darker tones in our area rug.
You're on my mind, and time flies by. I'm cutting down the wires, I'm feeling kinda tired. I think I lost myself, I think I lost it all. You know it's true, I've been thinking about you. You made me feel so safe right when you told me you were mine. But I'm too late.
You can see how different the color looks already just from the part where it's dried and the part where I'm just painting. That's why it's so important to wait at least a day, some people will say even 3 days, before committing to a paint.
Over my head, God, I wish you were here to save me from myself. It feels the same. The days go.
The paneling and molding on the wall took about 3 days to complete, and that was just one full day of working on it. The other 2 days were just kind of half days, and then after we did the paint samples, we waited a couple days for it to dry, and then we were able to paint the wall just in a couple hours. The price for the boards and the molding, I think total was around $200 or $300, and that's because we went with a little bit more expensive molding, and also we had some scrap molding where we had to go back and buy some more. But if you were working on an even tighter budget, just painting the wall is already a drastic change in itself.
The time's run out and I'm left standing wet here in the rain. The same cloud hanging over my head.
The next thing we had to do in this room was lower the light. And because this wall goes up to 18 feet, we had to get this extra tall ladder and get the light lowered. Later, we actually ran into another conflict. After the light was lowered and we got this ginormous ladder out of the house and put away, we realized that the light was actually not centered with the rectangle in the wall. So you'll see a little bit later on what I'm talking about and how we fixed that.
I think you stole my.
Now it's been about a week since we started this project, and I'm going to start cleaning everything up and putting it back in the dining room.
I've been thinking about you. You made me feel so safe right when you told me you were mine. But I'm too late, I can't undo my mistakes. The time's run out and I'm left standing wet here in the rain. The same cloud hanging over my head. God, I wish you were here to save me from myself. You know it's true. I keep thinking about you. I don't know where she came from. Kinda turned me upside down.
Now I'm going to get the rug back out, unroll it, and see how the colors line up with the new wall. I love how it's light overall, but the dark wall brings out those colors in the rug and really makes a statement.
Now I really get what the love songs are talking about. And I just wanna tell her how I feel, scream it out loud. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever lost your head?
Now that we've almost completed everything in the envelope of the room, meaning the light we've lowered, the wall we've completed, and the new rug we've got, now we're going to put everything back and then finish up some final touches. Here you can see again how uneven the light is with the wall. We originally had the light set up where it was centered with the opening of the wall and not the entire room itself, but adding those panel features, it really makes it noticeable. But we keep that in mind, and the next thing that I'm working on is getting some taller curtains. So these curtains are 108 inches long and my other ones were 98 inches long. So what we did was we raised the panels to make it even with the top of the new wall feature, and it just makes a huge difference. It makes the window look longer and taller. So just a tip, always make sure you try and raise your curtains as high as possible.
When your heart is beating fast and you're sweating, you can't stop looking at her smile, then you've been in love.
It's been a few days and I keep talking about it, and we finally fixed and centered this light. I felt like the room was still a little bit plain, so I went shopping in my house and decided to move these wall murals and put them over in the dining room. When people first saw my space, they thought I got all new pictures. They thought I got a completely new dining room table, new dining chairs, and beside the new rug and some smaller things, it completely transformed this space, especially if you're on a budget. Now, I will be completely honest here. I had so much trouble picking out a table topper. I really wanted to keep it simple instead of putting back all of the tabletop stuff we had on before. I got some artificial plants. Usually I will pull them out around springtime and move them around. So I tried out a few different things, and maybe it was the chairs. These chairs used to be in our living room, but we had just put them away for a little while. But I'm bringing back the original chairs and seeing what it looks like. Maybe y'all can help me and let me know which arrangement that you like best, or if you like the final arrangement that I came up with. Something was throwing me off here, so I decided to go with a taller vase. Let me know if you guys like it in the comments below.
Not sure what I'm doing here, and the days don't.
This is what I ultimately went with, and I actually love the way that it turned out. Simple, elegant, a little bit moody and drastic. This is what it looked like before, and it was just, everything was just all over the place, and I just love everything and the way that it turned out now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this transformation and got some ideas and inspired to do your own space. And like I mentioned, if you don't know where to start with the envelope method, and I'll see you in my next video.
But it feels like you're.
What do you think? You like it?
Thank you.
You like it?
What are you doing?
Boo.
Boo.
Do you like it? What?
You go one more up.
Why?
So you can see from the back. Go one more up on the ladder.
I can't do that.
That's why you gotta go one more up.
But I'm gonna fall.
No, you're not. You look from the back. Look over it.
These are they're too close together.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. No.
I'm trying to get that off because it's glue. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain, but I know what to do.
It's fine.